Have you ever walked home so late that the world no longer felt like it belonged to the living? Have you ever boarded a train not because you knew where it was going, but because you were too tired to care? And have you ever, just for a second, wondered if the train you got on was never meant to let you off? Because that happened to me. And I'm telling you this now, not because I want to scare you, but because I need someone, anyone, to know what it feels like to be trapped inside a moving metal box that has no destination, no driver, and no me. Our CY.IT was 2:47 in the morning. My heels were killing me. My coat smelled like secondhand smoke and regret. I had just left another late shift at the diner, the one where the fryer oil splatters your arms and the customers look through you like you're part of the furniture. My feet were blistered. My eyes were dry. My phone was at 3% battery, and the last message I sent was to my mother 3 hours ago, saying, "I'm fine, don't wait up." I wasn't fine, but you know that feeling, don't you? That hollow ache in your chest when you're too exhausted to cry, but too wired to sleep? That moment when you just want to sit down and disappear, even if only for 20 minutes, inside the hum of a train carriage? So when I saw the platform lights flickering at Oakwood Station, I didn't think. I just walked down the stairs, my bag dragging against my hip, and I stepped onto the train without checking the route board. The doors slid shut behind me with a sound like a jaw clamping down. And that's when I noticed there was no map, no digital display, no voice announcing the next stop, just empty seats, fluorescent lights that buzzed like trapped wasps. And a smell, something between rust and wet wool, that clung to the back of my throat. I sat down near the middle, because that's what you do when you're a woman alone at night. You don't sit at the end. You don't sit near the doors. You sit where you can see everything and everyone. But there was no one, not a single other passenger. Even the driver. I told myself it was fine. Maybe it was a maintenance run. Maybe the driver was in the back cabin. Maybe I'd get to my usual stop, Marlowe Avenue, in 12 minutes and I'd walk home, and I'd fall into bed, and I'd forget this ever happened. But 12 minutes passed, then 20, then 40, and I started to recognize the graffiti on the tunnel walls. The same crooked tag, void, spray painted in red. The same broken tile near the ceiling. The same flickering emergency light that blinked in a pattern that almost looked like a word. I pressed my face against the cold glass, and I watched the same station platform slide past. Oakwood Station again. And again. And again. My heart started to beat in my ears. Not panic yet, just confusion. Like when you wake up from a dream, and you're not sure if you're still dreaming. I stood up. I walked to the front carriage. No driver, just a control panel with buttons that didn't respond to my fingers. I pressed the emergency intercom. Nothing. I pulled the door release. It didn't budge. That's when the real cold set in. Not the cold of the night air, but the cold of no. You are no longer in control. About an hour in, or maybe it was 3 hours, time started to stretch like taffy. I saw someone. A woman. She was sitting in the back corner, dressed in a gray coat, her hair covering her face. I almost cried with relief. "Excuse me," I said, my voice cracking. "Do you know what stop this is?" She didn't look up, but she did something stranger. She pointed to the seat beside her, a single, silent invitation. And against every instinct I had, I walked over and sat down. Up close, I noticed her hands. They were pale. Too pale. The kind of pale you see on someone who hasn't seen sunlight in years. And her fingernails, they were all broken, like she'd been scratching at something. "You're new," she whispered. Her voice was dry like paper crumbling. "New to the loop." I asked her what she meant. She turned her face toward me. And I wish I could unsee what I saw. Her eyes weren't eyes anymore. They were just hollow, dark sockets that looked like they'd been crying for decades. "This train," she said, "it doesn't stop for people who are already dead inside." I scrambled away from her. I ran to the other end of the carriage. But when I turned back, she was gone. No trace. No seat indentation. Nothing. Just TH. At same buzzing light, and that same rust-wet smell. By then I was screaming, banging on the doors, kicking the windows. My fists were raw. My throat was hoarse. And then the intercom crackled to life. A voice. Not a man's. Not a woman's. It sounded like static trying to form syllables. Next stop, your breaking point. I froze. Next stop, the moment you gave up on yourself. The lights went out completely. Total darkness. The kind that presses against your eyes like wet wool. And in that darkness, I heard my own thoughts, not as echoes, but as loud, cruel whispers. You're not good enough. You'll never leave this city. No one is looking for you. No one even noticed you left. That was the worst part. Not the ghosts. Not the loop. Not the missing driver. It was the truth. I had been disappearing slowly for years, working jobs I hated, coming home to an empty apartment, watching my friends get married, have children, move on, while I stayed exactly where I was, frozen in my own quiet misery. The train wasn't a punishment. It was a mirror. I sat down on the floor. I hugged my knees, and I started to talk out loud to no one. I told the train about my father leaving. I told it about the boyfriend who said I was too much and not enough in the same sentence. I told it about the nights I stared at the ceiling, wondering if anyone would even come to my funeral. And as I spoke, something changed. The train slowed. The lights flickered back on, softly like dawn. And through the window, I saw not Oakwood Station, but a platform I didn't recognize. It was old, wooden, covered in ivy. And on the bench, there was a single suitcase, my suitcase, from when I was 17, the one I packed when I thought I was running toward a better life. The doors opened. A voice, warm, human, calm, said, "This is your stop. If you want to get off." I didn't hesitate. I stepped onto that platform, and when I turned back, the train was gone. Not fading away, not disappearing into a tunnel, just gone. Like it had never existed. I'm standing on that platform now, as I tell you this. My phone is dead. My feet are still blistered. But I'm not on that train anymore. And here's the thing I realized, the thing I need you to hear. That train wasn't a ghost story. It wasn't a demon or a curse. It was my own exhaustion, my own loneliness, my own refusal to change, given wheels and windows and a track that went nowhere. You don't need a supernatural train to trap you. You just need to keep living the same day, over and over, hoping things will get better without doing anything differently. So I'm asking you now, if you've ever felt like you're stuck in your own loop, if you've ever sat alone at night and wondered if anyone would notice if you vanished, if you've ever looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the person staring back, then don't wait for a train to stop you. Stop yourself. And if this story touched something in you, if you felt that cold knot in your stomach or that ache in your chest, then please do me one favor. Subscribe to my channel, not because I want followers, but because every time you press that button, you're telling the algorithm and the world that stories like this matter, that the quiet fears of ordinary people are worth hearing, that you and I, we're not alone in this dark, looping ride. Hit subscribe. Ring the bell, and next time you board a train late at night, check the route board. Because some doors don't open again, and some journeys never end.